Welcome back to another youth-centered podcast. Rick Gorman here, and we're really excited to have our latest podcast. I do apologize. It's been about 3 weeks since our last podcast, but we've been extremely busy trying to get the summer started, and I'm happy to say in a week and a half we are having the best summer ever. So back to our podcast, and today we have the newest employee of the North Andover Youth and Recreation Services, Lauren Sanford. Lauren was chosen after a lengthy process. We have chosen her as our new adventure recreation coordinator. So, Lauren, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So, Lauren, we'd like to start off first like you are. You've been here a whopping 7 days now. But we'd like you to kind of give a little bio to our parents and kids that are listening on our podcast. So, who is Lauren Sanford?
So I live in Saugus. I've lived in Saugus since I was about 5. Prior to that, I was in Chelsea, but I don't remember much about that. Graduated Saugus High in 2011. Then I went to UMass Dartmouth for a year. And when I was there, I realized I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I took a year off and I worked at Hannaford. Figured out that's not what I wanted to do with my life. So then I went to Salem State, spent 3 years there, graduated with my degree in sport and movement science with a concentration in Parks and Rec management. And here I am.
And here we are. So what did you, after graduating from Salem State, and I do feel old, she just said she's a class of 2011, and that is the same year that my son graduated Methuen High School, so same age. After you got your degree, tell us a little bit about some of your work professions and leading up to prior to getting this job. Where were you working?
So starting in high school, all the way up until I graduated college, I was at Saugus Youth and Rec as a counselor in training, and then a camp counselor, and then the supervisor of all the other camp counselors. And then once I graduated college, I couldn't work there because it was only part-time. So I went to an elementary school in Saugus, and I became an ABA instructor, which is Applied Behavioral Analysis. And I work one-on-one with kids who have autism in the elementary level. I did that for 3 years before I came here.
Right. And we were really intrigued with some of your background, obviously working in the recreation field, but also was very intrigued with some of the work you had done with working in the Saugus school system. So when you saw this job posted, what interested in this job that you said, hey, let me look at this?
What interested me most was I had experience in it. I had to stray away from it because there wasn't any opportunities to grow in Saugus. So when I saw this, I was like, I was very qualified for it. I was excited, and I wanted to change because even though I loved my students, I loved my job, there wasn't any room to grow there. And so I started to broaden my horizons, and I saw it on Indeed, and I applied.
I mean, Indeed's been really good to us, and I can't believe for this position we had over 150 applicants for this job, and you know we kind of interviewed a number of people, and then we had 3 sets of interviews, and you were the person we actually chose, but then we had to wait. We had to wait for the Saugus School Department to end their school year, so we have been out without this position since Justin left at the end of March. So we were very excited to get you back here as soon as school was over to start your year with us. So, you know, you've worked in the school system, you've worked with the recreation department. What are some of the things you've learned from past work experience that could probably help you with your work here at the youth center?
I learned how to be very patient. In my last job, it was a lot of patience, a lot of training with the kids, trying to find the positives in everything, especially with children and what they do. Regardless if it's positive or negative, you spin it around so it's positive. I've learned, when I was a camp counselor, I learned how to make bracelets. I was a little rusty when I went to Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Pretty embarrassed. I promise I'll get better with that. I don't know. I really did
I mean,
learn
one
a
of the
bunch.
things that intrigued us when we were interviewing you is your work with, autism and working with some of the strategy of working with difficult kids at times. And, one of the things we were excited about is some of your skill set in working with kids was clearly stuff that, we're going to have you do here. I mean, we deal with, we're an all-inclusive facility. We have all kids here with all different needs and non-needs, and so we're excited about what you can bring with some of the strategies there. But obviously, I look back at, prior to working in Saugus school system, I was very very intrigued with all the stuff you had done with recreation, and some of the activities that you started and did with. So we're pretty excited about that. So with that said, how's the first week and a half been? A total of 7 days.
First week and a half has been really good. I've been learning a lot, learning how to use Google and the Google Docs. That's all new to me, but it's been really good. I'm enjoying myself.
Have you had a chance to meet a lot of the kids in the first week you've been here?
I have. I've been to every camp, some camps more than once, meeting a lot of the counselors, a lot of the kids, showing my face so they know who I am. So when they hear this, they'll know, oh, that's that blonde girl.
Absolutely. So you were in a situation where we had to actually kind of plan some of your activities for the summer before you got here. So why don't you tell our listeners a little bit of what are some of the things you're going to be doing this summer?
So I'm in charge of Adventure Week that's coming up, and I got to plan 5 days worth of activities. The first day we're going to do fishing, and then we're going to go whale watching. I'm excited about Tuesday because we're going to do our own triathlon. We're going to start with a hike around the Middlesex Fells in Stoneham. After that, we're going to do a little mountain biking on one of their trails. And then to end our day, we're going to go to Spot Pond, which is right near the trails, and we're going to do kayaking.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Wednesday is our trip to George's Island. That's in Boston, so we get to take a ferry over and then explore the old forts that are on that island. Thursday, we get to hike Mount Monadnock, which I'm very excited about. I've done it once before, and the views up the top are amazing. And on Friday, we get to go to an adventure park that has zip lining, a high ropes course. They have a water obstacle course, and they have a little bit of a water park too. So very full week.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty exciting week. And parents out there, we do have a few spots left. If you're interested in signing up on that, you can sign up online or come on down to the youth center and we'll get you registered. We've got 4 or 5 spots left to fill up that program, and it's going to be a great week. Lauren's done a great job of adding some new things we've never done before, like going to George's Island. That's going to be great as someone who's actually done exploring on George's Island. I thought it was a great experience, and I'm sure our kids will. Going to the zip lining and challenge area on Friday, it's going to be really exciting, along with all the things you have planned. So it's going to be a great week. So again, if you're interested, get in touch with us at the youth center. So what else are you going to be doing here in the summer?
So I want to run a couple of programs. One would be a fun kickball game with all of the staff in the town. And I would love if the kids came and watched and rooted for their favorite parts of town. I was thinking we can try to get the police officers, the fire station, town employees, DPW, everyone on their own teams for some nice bragging rights and maybe a pizza party.
Yeah.
For after.
I actually, when you brought that idea to me, I thought it was a great idea and something obviously we haven't done. And the night to actually might do this is our annual national night out held in early August, where the community comes on out and has a great time, and all of our different departments and stuff are involved. So we'll see what happens with that and see if we get some information. If we don't do it this summer, we're definitely thinking about do it in the fall time. Mm-hmm. So you will be setting up your own programs for the fall, which obviously, as most people know, we start a season ahead. So we're already working on our fall programs, even though we just started our summer programs. What are some of the ideas you're thinking already for your position going forward?
I would love to go on weekly hikes, checking out a new trail each week. I would love to incorporate some fitness within each week, so kids are always being active here. checking out some new sports that maybe other coordinators aren't into or that the town doesn't offer to change things up. I got a lot more up my sleeve that I'm still planning out.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed just in your first few days here, getting used to stuff. You're already sending me emails and talking to me about different things, and that's actually what we're looking for with all of our full-time staff people, to be innovative and passionate, and really want to try to take each season to a different level. And I'm excited to see what Lauren brings for us starting in the fall time. Lauren, for folks in town that haven't met you yet, and most people haven't, obviously some of the kids have that have been at the youth center, some of our staff has met you, which has been great, and you've been very well received. But for the people that don't know you, let's fill us in. What should people know about you? What makes you tick?
I love helping people. That's something that I've noticed is a common thread between all of my jobs that I had in college, studying with people, just helping them out, trying to make people be their best. I love to be outside. I hate when it rains out. I have to get used to that because I'm told that when it rains, we still hold our programs. So
we make the weather part of the activity, yes.
Right, so I'm going to have to get a good raincoat. I love the summer. I love being in the sun. Love taking my 2 dogs out, taking them for walks, hanging out with my family. Nothing better.
Nice. How's it been in terms of so you live in Saugus, so what's your commute coming in and leaving North Andover? What's that all been like for you?
It's been good because I get to see the people sitting in traffic as I'm going the opposite way. I've been going up Route 95 and then through Boxford into North Andover. I think I hit another town, but I have no idea. And those windy roads, they're so pretty, and I'm usually one of the only people on it, so I don't have to worry about traffic there. So it's a nice, easy ride in.
Yeah, and in the last couple of days, I mean, I know yesterday I took you and Brenner out to see a tour of obviously our big operation down at Stevens Pond. Then we went up to one of the jewels of the town, Stevens Estate, and we headed over to our ropes course. You seem pretty enamored with our community. You really got to see different parts of our town. What do you think of North Andover in general since you started here?
I feel like I was annoying you because I just kept saying, this place is huge. I can't believe it. Look at all the grass. You guys have so many hiking trails. I just feel like the opportunities here are endless, and I couldn't believe that this was so close to Saugus, and I had absolutely no idea any of this existed.
Yeah, I mean, our community has changed so much over the 31 years I've been here, and we continue to evolve and change, and it's a great community. We spent a lot of time talking about, the type of our community, how big our community has grown, and how it obviously affects the youth center, and what we'll see here as you become more acclimated to our youth center. So, as you continue to learn about our community and learn about our kids, you seem very passionate about making a difference and making change. One thing I've noticed about Lauren right away, very passionate, got a great sense of humor, really wants to be part of everything here. Can laugh at herself pretty good because I did hear that some of her work at Girls Just Want to Have Sun with the bracelets and everything was not the best, but she did a great job with that. She's been helping out and with different things. We had a little bit of staff shortage one day. She jumped in without any question to help us, so that's going to be great with that. So let me ask you, any reservations about this job? Is there any concerns you think? Are you worried about anything with taking this new job as the Adventure Recreation Coordinator? Which, by the way, Lauren is not our first female in this position. We had one other female, Wendy Manis, who did a great job, did a lot of innovative programming for us, and ended up leaving us to start her own program and do a number of different things. So any concerns or reservations as you start?
I think that my biggest concern is going to be planning programs that kids don't enjoy. And I know that might happen sometimes, but why I am taking this job and why I'm so excited about this job is because I want to help kids have fun and better their lives on a daily basis. And my biggest fear is that I'm not going to be able to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's honesty, and knowing you for a short period of time now, I don't worry about that as much as maybe you do. I got a good feeling that you're going to be able to do all of those things. As we wind down the podcast here a little bit, I'd like to give you a little bit of a final word, whether it's a parent listening or some of our kids or a lot of our collaborative peers we work, professionals in town, school department people within the town hall. What would you like to say as your final word to North Andover in your first appearance on the podcast?
I would say my final words are, if you guys ever need anything, please reach out and ask, because if I don't know the answer, I'll find it for you. And if I can help with anything, I will. I cannot wait to meet everybody in this town because I feel like you guys are all pretty good people. So I'm excited. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I hope I live up to the expectations.
I'm sure you will. We do have an open door policy down here. Folks that are around this summer, please come on down, introduce yourself to Lauren. You'll see her around. Her bio is up on the website. Obviously, she's here every day, Monday through Friday. And she'd be love to meet you, introduce you. We will be taking her around town to meet a lot of different people. Then we're going to quiz her on everything at the end because we are kind of overwhelming her with stuff. But we're really excited to have you, Lauren, and looking forward to all the great things you're going to bring here. So with that said, we're going to wrap up another one of our podcasts. And as we finish every podcast, we always say too much passion is not enough.